Hello. Happy New Year. Indeed, 2026 has started on a very high note, and today we're excited to be at Joyful Heart Center in Kawangware, Nairobi, Kenya. Again, we are very excited to speak to a remarkable woman. She's our first interviewee this 2026, Miss Lilian Komu. She's the founder and managing director at Joyful Heart Center. This is a safe haven for children living with disabilities, drawn from Kawangware in Nairobi, Kenya, but also its environs. Today we talk about her memoir, her purpose, and that quiet strength that makes her do what she's doing. It's an honor, Lillian, to be here. I know we were with you in December. We came to celebrate Christmas with you, your colleagues you work together with, and the children. And we had a wonderful time. I must tell you, it was the most satisfying period of our 2025. Just hanging out with the children, playing with them, drawing, feeding them, and hearing the beautiful stories. Welcome to Her Memoir.
Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. I'm just feeling so much excited to be the opener of Her Memoir this year, 2026. So it's an honor. I feel good. And I just want to say this is not just a job. This is not just a work to wake up in the morning and come to, but it's an area where it's driven by a lot of passion to be where we are. So just to start with, my name is Lilian Komu, the founder and the managing director of Joyful Heart Center, Kawangware. This is an institution which takes care of children with cerebral palsy. Disability is wide, very wide. But when you look at the backbone of all disabilities, we look at the cerebral palsy. And cerebral palsy, it's a child or it's a human person who is somehow neglected in our society because it's an area where the child is affected brain, intellectually, and the physical part of the body. And I'm happy that out of this story, a lot people will come to realize this is not a curse. It's not any other thing related or any other myth related to cerebral palsy. This is a condition.
And I'm happy you mentioned that, Lillian, because I think at times, for lack of awareness, for lack of education, when communities are rooted in culture, we tend to look at people abled differently as a curse. And it's really a timely moment that you'll be able to unpack it for us so that we understand. Because as they usually say, you may name something, not knowing it can end up happening within your generation.
Yes.
But first of all, Lillian, you're this woman of strength. You're always smiling, always bubbly, up and about. Where did all this start from, Lillian? Can we just start with the younger Lilian Komu?
Yes.
Is it something you wanted to do? What shaped your present
today?
Yes.
Thank you. Lilian is just a lady or a child who was born in a normal setup. The way we grew, knowing that all children are good, and we knew that disability is no longer there because it never affected me and ours in my lineup of growth until the time I did my career. Now I started thinking of who am I, and Lilian came out to be an ECD teacher, an early childhood teacher. And that is where, after I finished college, I went to just a normal kindergarten, normal academies. And that is where now it triggered in my mind that having a child with a disability, it's not only a child not able to walk, not able to speak, but I met a child with dyslexia. And we all understand dyslexia is just a normal person like me. But when it comes to learning, there is some difficulties. But in that situation, no one could understand what is dyslexia. Even me, But that's when I made a step of understanding. Why is this child could not lead, could not do this, could not interrogate a lot, but the child is fine, playing very well. And that's when I started thinking, what can I make difference to this child? The child went to school, the child was in pre-group, went to nursery, to pre-unit, and nothing, no change at all. I went to college. I went back to and do special education, Kise. And that's where the journey of special education started. And it helped me understand this child has a condition. And I knew how I work with that journey. And I'm happy saying that boy today has just joined KU last year.
Oh, wow.
Yes. He joined KU last year. Yeah. So it was like the mother was there looking for me all over. Because even themselves...
She could remember.
Yeah, she remembers me like her own daughter. Because nobody could understand, why is my child not doing this? He's not doing maths, he's not doing language, he's just there scribbling. And for me, going back to college made a difference. Because now we walked the journey together with the mother, giving her hope that this is something which will come to end, and there is somewhere this child will have a future. So that's how it went. And then once I did the special education, I never went back to normal regular schools. So I now concentrated in special schools. And I went to different kindergartens of special education. And finally, for me to be where I am, just to cut the long story short, is I went to work in a certain institution in Mukuru kwa Jenga. And I stayed there for some years, whereby I could see I have changed the environment. I have changed. But now, all that time, I used to live in Kawangware, so I could commute every morning, back in the evening. And one time, on a certain weekend, I met a child with the cerebral palsy. Just within, I was going to church, and this mother was like, nobody could understand her. She was sitting somewhere alone. The child was there, and it's in the evening. But now the problem was, nobody could talk to this mommy. There's a big boy who I could see myself, this is CP.
Yeah.
And I got some strength and talked to the mother, and she shared a very sad story, whereby she told me she's waiting in the evening to get so that she can go and sleep in a mosque. Why? Reason, she had not paid rent for some 2 months, and now the landlady was telling her, you can't stay here. So she had slept in a mosque, nearby a mosque, waiting for the day to end in the evening, go back to the mosque and spend the day. So we talked with her, and she shared the story. But I personally, I felt I should not leave this mommy here. Barely met this child. The boy was about 5 years.
Yeah.
So the only thing I did, we went to her where she stays, and I met the landlord. And they got the strength to go and face him. I told him, Dad, you know what? I just want to have a talk with you.
Yeah.
That time the mommy was here behind me, and she was fearing. She was telling me, you know how tough this man is. I wish you got the lady. So I met the father. I talked to him. I told him, there is nothing much I'm going to give you. I'm not going to give you rent for this mommy, but I just want you to give me and to give this child a place to sleep. And I asked him, how many houses do you have within your compound vacant? She told me, no, this one doesn't have someone, this one. I told him, count this house like vacant.
Yes.
And then he looked at me, you know what, you can't understand what I'm going through. I told him, for sure I can't understand, because this is your business, but give me 1 week. Let them go back to the house. I'll be here back over the weekend. So I'm still working. So he finally opened. Wow. The child went inside, and they spent the whole weekend, the whole Saturday night. I came Saturday evening to look at them. I offered some food. Then later on, I said hi to Daddy. Dad, don't worry, I'll be here next weekend. But still, I promised him, I'm not coming to pay, but I'll be coming to see you. Yes, because I don't want to give him hope that they have sent someone who will be paying the rent. So I kept talking with the mommy for the week. Then on Saturday, I came again. I talked to the daddy. But what daddy told me, out of the houses, those were vacant, 2 of them are already engaged.
There you go.
I told him, now you see, I just want you to give this mommy time. Do not ask her anything, and I'll keep coming to see her. But the only thing now I could understand is this mom needs to be empowered. This mom needs to be supported. So what we did, I asked the mother what she can do. And she told me she knows how to make samosas, and she can make the samosa and sell in the evening. And that's how we started. So I support the mother with the capital. We bought dengu, unga, and everything. And then she started selling samosa.
And this is someone you didn't know?
I didn't know her. Totally, I didn't know her. We are not of the same place. She was from Western. From Central. So I was like, this is a mother like me. But me, I was not seeing the mother. I was seeing the child. Because this child, he even became my friend. Anytime I could go in that house, he could smile.
Wow.
And for sure, I never paid the rent for this mother. But now the mother started saving little by little. Up to today, the mother stays in that plot.
Same place?
Yes. And finally, the father is one of when I started now coming up with the institution. That grandfather now keeps supporting me.
Oh, wow.
Anytime I'm telling him I'm going to see the mother, the landlord.
And Lillian, that's what I hope we will really unpack in our conversations today. This is a landlord who, of course, had seen the mother and the child.
For long.
For long. But when he needed rent, the compassion wasn't there
at all.
But it took you to talk to him, to see the bigger picture. It had to take you to really speak to his emotions and humanity. Then he saw the bigger picture. And I think this is a state where we are as a society. We go with the trend, with the what is there. It has to take most of us to build that awareness, to build that education, to build that humanity in us, for us to have compassion, especially to vulnerable cases within our communities. But yes, we're going to come to that, Lillian.
Yes.
A lot of us, of course, we get raised in families. There's a way that family anchors us. Are you the firstborn in your family? You know, your parents, what are some of the values, the principles that they embedded in you that brought out this Lilian Komu we see today?
Yeah, I'm born in a family of boys.
You're the only girl?
I'm the only girl. And now what makes me to be strong as I am, I'm a third child. So I have two brothers ahead of me. So I became like a mother because I could take care of everything the house.
Mama mdogo, African community.
Preparing meals, making sure things are in order, the house is clean. That is the Lillian. And now that I also went to a school whereby my mother refused me to go to a boarding school because I was like her pillar in the house. She could leave everything in the house and get everything in order.
She knows Lillian is in charge. She will handle.
But the moment I'll be out of that house, and especially when I went to college, things were upside down. My mother could talk the whole day. She could leave everything in the house. Everything is there. There is meal, there is water, there is everything. Nobody could tell himself, we need to do this, we need to do this. So I grew up being a very responsible girl. Very responsible, extremely responsible. And I also had those values of leadership. Because it's like, even when I say anything, if I tell my dad, you know what, things will be like this, and we need to do this, you could see them listening to me more than the brothers. And that's when I realized that it's like I have something in me. Because when I went to church, I'm a leader. I started to be a leader in the church when I was still a youth. Went to high school, I was still a leader. I went to college, I was still a leader. Even today, I'm in the community, I'm still a leader in so many areas like churches. So I think Lillian grew from a small Lillian has been displaying today's Lillian. Yeah, so I'm not a firstborn, I'm not a lastborn, but I think a middle child takes a lot of work.
And in any African family, if you're the firstborn girl, even if you're number five, you always assume the role of the younger mother in the family. Are these some of the things that really shaped you today, the Lillian you see in terms of leadership, in terms of strength? Because you're an iron lady in your many ways. And when we get deep into this conversation, people understand why I call you the Iron Lady. Would you say taking up early leadership roles gave you that foundation to take up bigger leadership roles in this current time?
Yeah, very true. Because when I look at my journey from, especially where I became to know Lillian is who, I always see that in every situation, I have something unique. Go to campus, you have something unique from the others.
Yeah.
And that is when I realized, especially when I went to start now working, I noted that even the parents, now you look at today's ECD teacher, the playgroup teacher, it's like I had a number of children, but all the mothers, all the parents would miss to go to the office and come to Lillian. Until I'm sending them, no, pass in the office, no, just go and do this, go and do this. So I always think the way I was brought up made Lillian of today. And especially in terms of leadership, because my mom could trust me with a lot. Those big boys, those small boys, they know, and I'm there, things will be in order. And when I say, they will see, despite me being the girl, you see now, everybody is aware, Lillian has said, and now it's
things after, the respect. Now let's talk about that defining moment. Fast forward, where we are today, this is Joyful Heart Center. How did it start? What made you feel now I need to anchor myself, I need to structure the work that I'm doing? Because in December when we came during the CSR visit, you talked about you've done so much, now the stories you're giving us today. So what made you feel you need to anchor it and structure it? How did Joyful Heart Center begin? Good.
Now that goes back to where the story of a lady is. They're now to be the continuation. Now that is when now I started seeing the bigger children, the larger community of Kawangware with these children being neglected. And I asked myself, this is one parent I have met. How many other parents are going through this stigma, humiliation, disrespected because of this child? Because there is one word I marked from that Guka or that grandpa. He told me, this is the negligence of not taking the child to clinic.
Oh, no.
And that is now where I took the initiative here to let him understand it has totally nothing to do with what he is thinking. I think that was a grandpa of around 60 years. Now imagine at his age, saying such a statement. He has brought up children. I actually asked him, do you have children, Daddy? And he told me, yes, my children are big. So I had to make sure he has understood where this condition comes from. And that is where our friendship started. So after that, I talked to this mommy and I asked her, Mom, do you have other children, friends of who have the same children? Yes, I have. And I told her, I want to meet 5 of them.
Yeah.
And actually, the other weekend, we met 5 parents. They were having all boys. And we had a talk. And I could hear the pain of their shoes. We talked, and that is early 2019. We walked that journey, meeting every weekend.
Wow.
Meeting every weekend until 2019, December. And 2019, around September, October, November, I started now being part of them in a way. I was asking them, what do you want? Now we have this child. This child, you know very well that he is 5 years. Their age mates are in school, but our gift, our Jaden, our whoever is here now, who is blocking you to go so many, or what you have shared with me, what do you want? And they could tell me, what we want. We want somewhere we can drop these children.
So that they can go on with their,
that was my dream, but I wanted it to come out from them again. Because this is my child. And I don't want to help you bring up this child. I want us to help each other. So that is where we started. 2019, we opened officially with 7 boys. We were not here, we were somewhere else where I had taken some 2 rooms. And how it started from there, how it went was funny because I used to work with these parents. I was still working. So I could not trust only themselves. Remember, you cannot get anyone from nowhere and come and take care of these children. So they used to alternate 2 parents a day. 2 parents a day. And the other 5 parents to give 20 shillings in the evening.
Wow.
You leave the child, And then in the evening, you come with the 20 shillings. These 20 shillings will be for paying these mothers, 2 mothers.
Yeah.
But what the children will eat, who will pay the house they are all, it's Lillian. And Lillian is employed. So that is how it went on until this January 2020, February, March, COVID came. We went back home. Things became worse.
Yeah.
It was worse. Actually, if there is something which triggered my mind and brought me down, it's during COVID.
And it's to a lot of people.
To a lot of
disrupted
people.
a lot
Now
of
look
people.
at this one. This is a child with condition. If me, I was in a risk of getting COVID, who was this?
Exactly.
Who's
the parents are interchanging. You don't know where the parents are going.
Where they are going.
Yeah, coming back to take care of them.
It was tough. And now my work was to go around them, despite how things were, and let them understand nobody should come and greet this child. Usikubali mtoto akuje asalimiwe, usikubali nini. Even if it is possible, mgeni asiingie kwa nyumba. Because this is like a small house.
Most of them are one room, right?
Yes, one like this. So I was telling them, mgeni akija asimame nje to talk to you outside. And luckily, there were no much movement those times. So until now, 2020, October, when we resumed. And resuming, we came here. Mm-hmm. Because now, for the year 2020, my work was to look for people who could understand me.
Yeah.
Who look for other organizations which could understand Lillian and understand these children. So when we registered the institution, and the reason why made me to be here is because of inclusivity. When I went to register, we were told, Lillian, you cannot keep these children alone. They will think all children don't walk. They will think all children don't speak. They only adults who speak. Because of the
environment they're going in, yes.
Yes, so and it makes sense. Okay, so that's why we had a step to make a very big step, look for partners, look for people. And I met these people who are very, very good to us, really community foundation directors. And by then they were not also here, they were somewhere else. But we were able to combine the minds and they gave us these premises. So here we don't pay because we are supported by them. We don't, a lot of things we get from them because them it's a big organization, actually a foundation, and us we are growing. And now what makes them feel we are here safer and their match is being gained is because even the other children are able to interact with these ones. That is the main goal.
It's a normal environment where you have different types of kids. So they grow up knowing,
Yes, they'll come and support, hold hands.
We build a community.
That is what we want.
An understanding.
Yes, that's what makes me feel good. So that is how we started, and that is why we are here. That is, we are here freely without being asked by anyone, because we always believe, and especially personally, every child has a purpose of life.
Exactly.
Yes.
So how many children are here now? How many children are you taking care of?
Yes, we take care of children, 14 children who comes daily with CP. And we talk about CP, cerebral palsy, and a number of them are severe. The reason why I feel that I even want to touch this severe child is because the child is neglected. Even the mom doesn't know where to take the child, doesn't know why my child is like this. Yes, we have done a lot of training, letting them understand anything can happen, empowering them for more trainings, to let them understand this is not something which is in your lineup. You can give birth to another child and the child will be fine because this was just an accident. And this condition can come even to me, even to your sibling, but because of what they have gone through, the stigma to us from their parents, from their relatives, both sides.
We've heard stories of mothers having to hide their children from the community.
Even these ones were hiding.
The stigma.
These ones were...
They were hidden?
Yes.
Yeah, some.
Some, you just know that there is a child. CHVs within the community. There is a child somewhere. And now it's up to us to know the way we are going to get in that house. Because you can go there and maybe she'll feel that, why are you coming to me?
Intruding.
Why are you intruding my premises? Why are you intruding my life?
you talk about cerebral palsy, and you say there are families, you're able to have more than one kid with the same. Other families, maybe it's just a one-off, condition and so forth. For the children that you hear, and you can use X, like children A and B, the siblings, children X and C. What are some of the profiles that can help audiences and communities understand about cerebral palsy? Maybe you can pick some, from the 14 children that you have.
Let me go back to the beginning that this is an institution with the CP. All these children are cerebral palsy, but each and every child has a history from birth, from pregnancy up to where they are. We have 2 children who are siblings, and these 2 children are born by one mother. Their mother is also a young mother. So when one of them, let's call the first child is Tom. Tom is not his name. He's older, but from the sister who is
Mary.
Younger. Let's call her Mary. And now Mary, she's not more severe like Tom. Reason, the time Tom was born, the condition was noted very early. But now the mother, because she was a young mother, and then the society could not understand, well, you are too young to have a baby. And now here comes something has happened. She withdrew from the society. She couldn't take him to clinic. She couldn't want to go with him anywhere. And now things went wrong. So it went on until towards the end of the year. She conceived the other child.
Again with CP.
With the CP. But now when you look at the history of Mary, Mary was born very well, very good, without any other condition until the age of 1 year, 9 to 1 year. And now that's why I want us to be very keen that from the birth to around 1 year, there are so many things happens to the children, but because the children cannot express themselves, it's up to us mothers, the caregivers, to be
very keen to pick.
So at that age, that is the time Mary got meningitis. We all understand meningitis, how it goes on. So by the time she was being diagnosed, it is meningitis. It had already spoiled and damaged the brain, and the child had already regressed, because 1 year child is working with objects. 1 year child could express herself in different ways, could maybe sit properly, stand and working well with objects. Now she regressed to 0 like a newborn. The head could not support the neck. Now they started from there. But now the lucky thing with Mary, because now they realize that, their Tom is like this, now Mary is like this, the society within, the nearby community noticed alarm, and Mary was brought to me by a CHV. Knowing it's only Mary. Let alone, when I was taking the history, that's when they opened up that there is Tom. That was now my lowest moment, because I could not understand. And we always say we don't understand. It is only them who understand. That's why we don't point at them. Yeah. So when you look at that history, that between from birth to 1.5 years, we caregivers, we the immediate mothers, we need to be very careful, because that is when the child could not express any pain apart from crying. So this girl was only crying. We all understand how headache it goes. So by the end of it, if it won't kill, it will cause something like cerebral palsy.
And definitely if the child, they're not moving, at 1 year, as you say, a child is actually walking.
Yes.
But you see a child not walking. So what are some of these symptoms that people or parents or communities should be alert to when it comes to CP? What are some of the symptoms? You've talked about the issue of walking, like crying continuous. Yes. Then definitely there's a trigger. What are the other, significant symptoms?
Yeah, that's a very nice question, and I'm happy to answer it, because it really happens regularly. But as mothers, we don't see them as red flags. So some of the first signs, you look at it by the end of that month, the child should be supporting her neck fully supporting at that month.
The neck should not be wobbling.
The neck should not move at all, as especially when the child is being breastfed well. Then number 2, once the child is at that age, actually 2 to 3, when you hold the baby like this, the baby should step on you and feel.
A full
the feet, yes, you will feel it. You will feel it that there is something. But at 6 months, you feel that the child, there must be a red flag. Another red flag is when the child is not suckling. There's one parent who asked me, who taught the children how to suck the babies when they are born? Because when you give them the they'll just...
They grab it and they start.
They told me that is how we could know how God works. But at that time, you will see that the child has been born and there is difficulty in sucking. That's another red flag, which most of us, we say, the baby is still small. No, the baby is not small. You should seek for medical attention, because there must be something which is triggering that the tongue should not move the way it's supposed to be. Those are the 3 main ones which comes at the earliest stage. Also, we have the achieving other milestones in a simultaneous way. Because when we get this baby, first of all is to know how to suck. Now it's up to me how to position the baby. Once the baby is sucking, then later on we hold the baby like this. As much as we would put the baby here for bumping and everything, and then hold the baby like this, you feel there. And especially at 2 months towards 3. From there, you should feel the feet. Then, as well as by 5 months, the baby should sit. You hold the baby like this, you feel that the baby is sitting on you, not slanting like this. Because when you are slanting, it is if there's a problem which will occur at the spinal cord. So the child, as much as you are supporting, but the child should sit like this. And then, as the time goes, she will support him or herself like this. We will be able to strengthen the neck, turn the neck in all sides. Those are the simple things that we parents, we think they are normal. And there are things that we always think they will come automatically. Sometimes they don't come automatically, because at that age, when you feel that this child is not sitting 6 months, go to the hospital. Yeah. And don't just go for clinic. Go say it properly. See the doctor. Tell the doctor that if this child is like this and this, and they are... At that time, you'll be able to, the child will be able to be diagnosed properly. You'll be told to go for, see the therapist, see the neuro, to see whether there is a problem in the nerves and the brain. So for me, the first signs, let us look at the age 3, the milestones which the child should have achieved. That is, stepping on you, sucking properly, head control.
So if we are alert and we're able to identify early, there's probability that we can mitigate its severity.
Very good, yes. Very good. So far, so good. We have this child, we have exited to a regular learning institution.
From here?
Yes.
Tell us more about it.
Yes.
We can give the child a name.
Yes, we'll give her a very nice name, and we'll call her Carol. Carol came to us when she was 3 years. But at that area, before 3 years, she went for therapy. But out of now how things were with the mother and the father, this girl made the family to separate. And now the mother got depression. She went back to their mother. And now when I was brought to the Kagar, she was around 2 to 3 years there. The Kagar came. She was also brought by a neighbor, because the mother could not like to disclose the child. Very beautiful girl. So the girl came, and immediately I was able to send her for neuro checkup, and then we started the therapy. We stayed here for the whole of 2022, 2023, 2024. I see this baby, I see that my girl. I always call her my girl.
When you see Mary.
Yes, when I see Mary, I see her, because she's beautiful as she is. She could walk. Actually, she walked on December 2023 on a date which was like 30, because that is the last milestone, because she's first of all we realized the speech is coming out, the toileting came out, we now started working on the fine motors. And now what was remaining is what Mary is remaining, mobility, confidence. And now we started working on that. And then immediately she walked the first day. I took that video, very happy. I sent it to the mommy. The mommy came here. She cried, tears of joy. And then from there, I told her, we cannot keep her again. And I started looking for a school. I looked for a nearby kindergarten, whereby she can fit. And today she has joined class 1.
Wow.
Today,
she's walking.
You can't even know
that she had
CP.
Yeah.
That is what we call early diagnosis. Because when the mother was diagnosed with it, she started going to the hospital for therapy. And now when the father said enough is enough, this girl is not going anywhere, look at her, other children are walking, other children are talking, all those abusive words towards the mother. The mother got sick, she got depression, and then she went back home. Now luckily she didn't stay home for long before the neighbor saw her and brought her to me. So anytime we have diagnosed early, there is a chance
they will be able to
pick. Look at our Mary.
Yes.
Early diagnosis.
Yes.
Now assume it wasn't diagnosed properly at the early stage. And if it was diagnosed and the parent was not able to take any step, because that is what affected most of these children. The mom was told, this child will not grow like any other child. You need to go for regular therapy. The therapy is expensive. She is the one who is taking care of her, providing everything. And now things becomes hard. She won't be able to concentrate on her. She will think of other siblings, the rent, and other basic needs. So she neglects the child without liking it. So this condition will become more severe.
And most of the time,
yes.
You find maybe other parents also having those economic hardships at the household level. And of course, you've talked about stigma and so forth. When we were coming in, Lillian, both in December and also today, we saw, this van comes, drops kids. Could you just paint to us a picture? How is your day like at, Joyful Hearts? You've talked of drop off a bit. Could you just paint for us that picture from beginning, when you open your door, what happens to the point you close this door in the evening?
Good. We open as early as 7. We open as early as 7. And that's why I say this is not just a normal work like any other work. It needs someone who has an extra passion.
A calling.
A call in her. a person who will not wait for me to tell her come. This is because there are these parents who would like to go for kibarua as early as 8 should be there. So we as an institution, we are there to give them support. We might not be able to give them food every day. But when we take this child very early, the mommy will be able to go look for whatever, go as far as maybe restaurants, industrial, anywhere she'll be called. Why? Because there is someone to hold hands and bring the child. So we start as early as 7, but in the normal routine, the children comes as from 8:30 there to 9.
So the children don't live here?
No. They are being dropped by their mothers.
Okay.
Because we want the mother to understand, this is your child. Now the institution and the society comes to support them to bring up these children, live a better life like any other child. So mom should take the whole responsibility with our support. So they drop the children in the morning and then they go happy, do their small businesses, go wherever they want. At 4 they'll be here. How will the day look like? The day will look like this. Today, let's talk about today because it's Thursday. Yeah. We normally have therapy. Therapy services today.
It's the gentleman we met when we came to the gentleman working out.
Yes, he was the
physiotherapist.
The occupational therapist. Yes, he's a part-timer, so he'll come twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So when you come in the morning, the first of all, we receive the children. I always tell them, we'll check whether the child is clean. Why? Because even the other child, you can send her or him to school with dirty sweater, but I'm happy that now the parents understood that area of hygiene. You can't see any smell. cut here in smell, you can't see any. Yes. So we always make sure that the child is clean. This is my effort and the parents' effort. So we receive the children, position them to their wheelchairs, different seats. Nobody can share the seat with any other one, because this seat is specifically for him or her. This is because it is the way it is. It depends on how the spinal cord formation is. Me and you, we are sitting comfortable like this because our backs are okay. But this child, when you look at Mary and Tom and the rest, they are sitting in a different posture. Yeah. That depends with the posture of the backbone, because it is the spinal cord formation. It can be affected. So once the seat is open, it is open for that child only. So we position them in the seats, and then we make sure they are okay. No child who is crying, because this child will not tell you, I'm not happy.
True.
So need some time to observe them. We have very good caregivers. They'll tell you, teacher, this child is not okay. This child is not okay. As early as now, as that early, because if you don't note something there, you might go the whole day and the child had a problem. So we always go through almost an hour, talking to them, because their response will give you a very good answer. You talk to Mary is not responding, there's a problem. And because they won't come and tell you how I'm feeling, it is up to us. Very observative, very. Then after that, by 10, we take their early breakfast or late breakfast. Like today, today's
Thursday.
But before there, the therapist should be here by 8:30 there. So he'll start immediately picking up the children, one by one. But the child cannot take the breakfast before he goes to the therapy. So once the child is done, we come and have the porridge or the juice and everything. And then we continue talking to them, encouraging them, watching the cartoons, giving them stories. Because after therapy, that child is feeling something. So we don't want to engage them with any other thing. But when you look at a child like Mary is doing a lot of fine work, fine motor activities, which
so
is
she was
fine.
Coloring.
Yes, up to now she is coloring. Why is she? Because it is something now, it's coming from her. There's a messenger from her which needs that this is Christmas tree, I need to color it. This is elephant, I want to color it. But all the other, especially those who are severe, we just let them be. Because it's just like us when we go for a marathon. We go for a walk in the morning. How would you feel in the evening? How will you feel tomorrow? You feel the muscles. Yeah. So even them, they are just like that. So we let them stay, they relax, but we always engage them with discussions, talking, storytelling, because they will respond to you. You ask them, how was Christmas? Where did you go? Did you go shags? Shosho came to see you? You'll see them smiling and responding to you. Until now, lunchtime, we feed them. After feeding them, they also relax a little bit. We change them. We put them on the mattress, all of them, including my Mary, so that they can straighten themselves and relax.
Yes.
And by that time, the other team, we are working on how to clean the area, put their things in order to prepare them to go home.
At 4. Wow. And
yes.
this is what you do from Monday
to Friday. Monday to Friday.
So over the weekends, then they are under the care of their mothers.
Yes. So that their siblings can be able to take care of their child. Because if we have them, they'll feel like the child belongs to the institution.
Yes.
So we always let them be with their siblings and their mommies.
Oh, wow. And do the siblings who do not have CP or any condition, do they come here to visit the siblings?
They come to pick them.
beautiful.
Because it's also one of our objectives, creating awareness to them, to let them understand why is my sister and I am smaller than her, I am younger than her, and she's not talking. She's not walking. So sometimes once in a year, when things are in order, we prepare a 1-week training, creating awareness to the siblings of different ages, from 18 and below. Yes.
Oh, wow. What's your vision, Lillian? There's so much passion, there's so much strength. What is your vision for Joyful Heart Center?
My vision is to let this institution be the institution which will not be focusing on sipping only. Because what triggers my mind to feel I am not the Lillian who started this is when a parent come here, when a child is being referred here, and maybe the child has autism, Down syndrome. But because I can't accommodate them, the child will be able to get out. So my vision is to be an institution which is wholly take care of disability in
all forms of disability and conditions.
And also to create awareness whereby there will be any parent who will be appointed in our society, because they give stories what they have gone through. Going to the market, you are carrying your child and you are being labeled. Look at that mother who doesn't know how to carry the child. Maybe it's not her child. How do you think that mommy will feel?
People use very
cruel words, very touching words. They come here crying.
Yeah.
And now it is you to let them understand everything would be at a change. Everything will be in order. Yes.
Okay. I know, like any other institution, there always needs. What are your most pressing needs for our audiences? Someone may want to support. We'll definitely share your email and your number for people to reach to you directly. What are the most critical needs that you need more support to be able to take care of these children?
Good. In the homestead of these children, and I always take it as an institution. Any home which has this child, I always say they have 4 basic needs. 4 basic needs. For us, we have 3. Food, shelter, and education. For them, they have medication. It's the 4th need. These children, to be the way they are managed by 3 good things: therapy, nutrition, medication. But now, we as an institution, we are able to give the larger part, maybe in terms of food, that is nutrition, therapy. But now the medication, I don't say we don't need all the others, we need them. But this medication is very pricey. The medications are very expensive. Their drugs are throughout. Their dose is morning, evening.
Part of their life, yeah.
It's part of their life. For them to be, for Mary to be the way she is without conversing the whole day, there must be something managing it. And what is managing? The drugs, the food, the therapy. This child cannot go for therapy when there is conversions. So you look at the medication first. So if we can't get people who help us support these parents with the medication, those drugs are very expensive. And even if you go tomorrow, go the other day, that bottle will still remain 1,800 or higher, not lower.
Let's say per child, let's say for Mary, what's the cost of our medication, let's say in a month?
4,000 in a month. So you see, this mother is training. It's training, extremely training, to get food and to make sure this child has a 4,000 dose for that particular month. So I believe that if it is terms of food, I'll go to anyone. I'll tell you, we need food. You give me directly because you know where we are taking. But now, in terms of medication, it becomes more harder because nobody understands apart from Lillian and the mother. They'll call you, and I always tell them, please do not keep quiet that you don't have the drugs until the child will converse. Because once the child converses, they regress back. If she's sitting the way she's sitting and then she converse, you'll be shocked. You'll be wondering whether it is the beautiful Mary you are talking to, because she'll be someone else, totally someone else.
So the most critical is medication. Then, of course, those who can donate food.
And the diapers.
And the diapers, what ages?
The diapers, you look at the large and extra large, not for the adult, for the children. Large and extra large. And I also say this, for this child to be the way she is, she has to use like 3 to 4 pieces of diaper a day. Let's look at the cheapest piece of 20 shillings. So this mom has to have every evening like 2-3 diapers because of the night.
And every day.
And every day, every day here, medication.
Yeah.
So when we get diapers, we are able even to extend the hand and give them for the home, because this is something you don't know when. When we have talk of our children at the age of 3, we now start training them on toilet training.
Exactly.
And you feel like, I just wish she can now do away with this. Now look at this. And also I also say prevention is better than curing. When we get the burns of these children, that is when you will know. How will you treat it? How will you treat the burns? So better use 4 or 5 pieces a day than to treat the burns. Yes, so if we can get the diapers and of course the food, we can really appreciate.
Thank you very much for staying with us. This has been the first part of Lillian's story. As we told you in the beginning, we are here at Joyful Hearts Center, and it's a story that we could not pack it in one episode. So stay tuned for the next episode next week, where we pick it up from where we've left with Lillian, for you to have a deep dive of her journey, what she's doing, and how you can be part of her story. Until next time, please keep watching, keep subscribing, keep sharing our story. And if you know any remarkable woman that we need to tell her story, please send us an email or reach out to us, and you can be guaranteed Her Memoir will do that. Until next time, Lillian, thank you so much.
You're most welcome.